year's been tough, but qualifying is, at the end of the day, the goal. After not making the league, that's number one goal. But after not making the league, you're basically playing the rest of the year for champs. So qualifying is everything, honestly.
All right. Well, the team situation before we decided to make the change with Nate getting Jalen, it was an awkward situation. I think everyone would say. I don't think any of us were comfortable playing with Nate. We just didn't feel comfortable with it. And the vibes weren't really there even when we were playing with him. So, I mean, after everything that happened, we decided, it's best to move forward from Nate anyways. So
I've been playing him the last few months, and I just thought he was really good. And at first, I thought he was just an online kid. And I started always calling him the superstar, or the Black Dashy, or something like that. But I always knew that for the most part, if you're good online, you'll be good on land. At the end of the day, it's not internet, it's confidence. And at the last event, we ended up playing him for top 12, and he performed really well. So when the opportunity arose, I just got Jalen because my plan was always after the event, I'm gonna get Pander or Jalen. I obviously got Pander, or Casey. And at that time, it didn't make sense to get Jalen. And then as soon as there was a roster spot that opened up, I got Jalen.
Well, the practice with the new fit, it was rigorous. We were on by 2, all of us, 2 p.m. Eastern. We only had 3 days of practice. The first day we got on, we had a scrim for 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m. We played 4 whole series. I think none of us ate until 9:45 Eastern. We played for 7.5 hours straight without almost not moving, going back to back every map. And then right after we finished eating, we all got back on and we went and we played some S&D scrims.
But I'm really proud of the guys because we all had a talk. We all understood we only had a couple days, so we just sat down and really got to work. We got on at 2 p.m. every day, played till midnight, 1 a.m., so 10, 11-hour days every day. Ronan helped us out a lot scheduling that, so just at the end I'm kind of mad about our T12 placing, but at least we got to champs with little practice, and now we're going to have practice leading into champs, which is the main goal. Alright, well, I actually personally never believed in coaches being that much of a benefit until Ronan. This guy laid everything out for us. We didn't have to worry about... In the past, I would have to worry about scrimming and trying to figure out what we were doing wrong in-game and get better. While now with him, we're just playing our game, focusing on everything we can, and he's our guy in our ears, just knowing what's wrong. And he gives us everything. He has notes on everybody, he gives us strats, so he puts in a lot of work. He doesn't really get the credit that I think he deserves. So, really grateful for him.
I think we were all our Friday was really rough. We had a really rough Friday. We went last map a couple times in the early rounds and we didn't expect it. And we just went against War and they honestly just outplayed us.
First of all, we came out flat. And it was the same thing, like I said, we changed our roles. We played another small map. So I tried running a third SOG on the map, and it was different because I have never ran a SOG on that map. So
sort of hill, and I'm just looking towards hybrid. Not really any sort of streaks going on for any of them either. So not really getting much from all this hold. Yes, okay, you're getting the points, but you need streaks to help you in this map, especially going over towards P2 and P3. Right now, though, Team War are only 4 seconds away. They find 1 kill, find a second. PT and Dave working well together with the Maddoxes. The kills come through. That's 3 members of Hybrid Gaming down. Can't get anywhere near it. BZ's nowhere to be seen. And War Gaming will take map number 1.
The way I explained it is I've played against the best teams in the world. I've played United, I've played Optic, I've played 100 Thieves, I've played all the teams, played all the players. And on that day, on that particular series, and those particular maps, they were the best team I've ever played against in my entire life.
Good enough. DeQueve takes down Spoof, and they go 2-0 to the good. Thrills and spills on display today.
Saturday morning, it was nice. We woke up early, got a good breakfast, and then we started we listened to music on the way to the venue, and then we got hype. And then when we got to the stations, like we started warming up, I was like really feeling my shot. Like I was warming up, not missing. Like, and then once we got to the match, I was beaming. They didn't stand a chance.
It's gonna sound weird. I was actually like more confident. Like I had like a thing to prove now. It was like, okay, well, I didn't play all year to not even go to the biggest tournament of the event. And I think all of us personally played our best that series. And it really showed by 3-0ing. So I think we all had the same mindset that was like, there's no way in hell we're losing this.
We went on to play, I'm not sure what their team name was called, but it was Mad Cat's team. As I'm sure most people know who Mad Cat is, of course. And that was another series that, did we 3-0 them or 3-1 them? I think it was a 3-0, right? Yeah, like we won that series, won that series pretty easily. And then we ended up going against Aspire.
They're coming from, you know where they have to come from to get you out. Just play it the way you know how to play it. There we go. And that's how you play.
They're really good right now, and they're kind of hard to play against. And we went up against them. We just had a couple. Our hard points, we really went down like 100-0. Both series we played, and we brought it back. But at that point, you're just fighting from behind the whole series, and it was tough. We ended up losing both of those. We won the control, the S&D. We honestly got 1v2 in the swing round, and it's the event right there. Like the little things add up. Play bad for 2 minutes, play good for 6. The 2 minutes comes back to haunt you.
Qualifying for champs, it's the biggest event of the year. You know, it's very unfortunate how my years went, and I think about it a lot. I try not to let it affect me. I think I do a pretty good job of that. I have hard skin, thick skin, but it gets to you sometimes. It gets to everybody. It's just the way it is. So, I mean, every once in a while it gets to me, and I'll be extremely annoyed with myself that I let it get to me. But then after maybe a couple hours or maybe a day or two, it goes away and it lights my fire once again. So, qualifying for champs, like I said, biggest event of the year, and I think it's time to show people I qualified for the league for a reason, and I got to come out with the fire again for champs.
Qualifying for champs means a lot because there was a time where I failed to qualify for champs. Actually, it was playing against the same players that I played against this year to qualify, and like it honestly hurt a lot because in an industry like this, like you never know when your last chance is gonna be. Like it's just like that, and just to have an opportunity to play like on the big stage at least one more time honestly means the world to me. Like I just want to show people how good I am and secure a future.
It means everything, like, cause like if I didn't qualify for champs, I would probably have to quit, cause like my mom was like really on me about like going out, experiencing other things, like getting a job and doing other things. Like she's like saying like video games isn't gonna be here forever, so like it meant the world to me to qualify.
Qualifying for champs for me personally means everything. With Call of Duty for me, my story goes back a long time. Way back in 2013, I went and I didn't really fit in with any friends, didn't really have any people. One of my friends convinced me to play Black Ops 2 with him on console. Originally, I was a PC gamer, and like it was kind of a way for me to connect with people in school. And then I kind of met a community behind it. And about 2 years later, I suffered from like a deep depression. That kind of, you know, I was off the rails. I was in a suicidal state, had a lot of problems, and you know, I found like a place in the Call of Duty community that kind of helped me, you know, get away from that. And over time, I kind of treated it as a hobby, and now to be at this point, you know, I'm not where I want to be. I've had some downfalls, but I know that this is my passion, and this is where I want to be. This is what I know I can do. I have a lot of intangibles I bring to a team, and as a player, I know that talent-wise, you know, I can compete with some of the best players in the world. I have competed with some of the best players in the world. So I think qualifying for champs to me personally just means the world, especially with joining this team originally and not being good, and then getting on every single day and seeing the progress that we made to the point where we could have been a contender to win this event, and then things happening with Pentagram that led to us picking up Gentroid and only having 3 days of practice, trying to work a whole new player into a system that was already not perfect. Definitely, coming in and then seeing how everybody here came to play. The fact that we were able to come in and qualify and regain and regroup and perform from day 1 to day 2 like we did, it was very impressive, I think, and I think it made me personally extremely happy. I was still disappointed in us losing, but it was also one of those things, you can't win them all, and at the end of the day, I would rather just qualify here, not make any money, not win any championship, but then go to champs and win the big thing, or make a run, do something crazy, make some history there. So at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm happy we can get there. Nowhere near happy with the performance here, but I think that we can definitely do something crazy at champs.